You are too original. It's a diagnosis. That's why no one is seeing your stuff. It's too unique. Maybe a little different. Just a bit strange. For whatever reason, maybe you have daddy issues or you didn't have Tigger. Or you had daddy issues growing up. No one understands you. You feel so alone. Come here. You need to feel loved somehow. You keep reaching out with your art, with your music, maybe your videos. No one hears. Maybe you bumped your head as a child and your head no longer works. Now you have to think with your heart. It's unfortunate because maybe if your head was okay, maybe you'd be like the other creatives who are using AI art or bots or trends to create the same thing over and over again. And it will work for them as he has worked for them. The same video 1 million times. The same thing 1 million times, and still you feel rejected because you're putting your art out there just to have it rejected. You're original. It's beautiful. And beautiful. It's still a problem though, and a problem we'll try to fix in this video. So, how do you create art that can be seen when you're too original? Well, first, let me tell you a story that you already know. They say a mother duck once hatched 6 golden chicks and 1 ugly question. The first 6 were golden as the morning they were hatched, bright yellow and cheerful, singing a song that everybody recognized and loved. The 7th came late, a trend he established early in life. It was grey and moody as the clouds in the evening sky. They were curious and then unkind. Even when he looked at his reflection, he was not kind to him. He watched how beauty meant belonging and sameness kept you warm. He watched how a mother looked away, sometimes ashamed, and how she didn't look for him when he went away. But he had to go, not just because self-worth was cruel, but it also felt unnatural. He wandered through seasons, hiding in weeds, sleeping under open skies, and when he couldn't fight the wind like an eagle, he danced in it and he learned to hear its music. One day he saw long-necked elegants up above, blowing in the sun. He heard they were called swans. What a beautiful name, he thought. Something ached inside him, though he didn't know why. Spring returned, he went to the stream to drink water. In his reflection, he saw a lovely answer, no longer a question. They would surely love him now, as they didn't before, even though he was always a swan. It's true that some truths just don't fit their time. What is ugly could be like an unfinished work of art, where you have to trust the process. So first off, I'm going to say what you already know. There's no such thing as original. Well, apart from you. You're the first person to wear black and make it mysterious. Only you. No insult to you, but there's truly no such thing as original, as there is nothing new under the sun. Most new things, innovative things you see, is a combination of things, a breakdown of components, a reframing of old things, or a building up upon that which already exists. Tigger, you don't live in a vacuum. You saw something that inspired you, and you saw something again and again and again, till you created the Frankenstein, which is your art. The Frankenstein that is truly yours. And nothing is wrong with that. It's a beautiful thing actually. But if your combination of things is truly different, in a way we've never seen it before, we see that there's something new. But that's not an easy thing to do. So let's look at people that have failed to manage too original, and then we'll look at the ways to deal with art that is too original. You knew I was going to say. You're making noise. You knew I was going to say it, but there's Van Gogh. You all saw this coming. He painted over 2,000 pieces and sold 1 in his lifetime. He was mocked, ignored, labeled insane. Let's face it, he probably was. I mean, the ear thing was a bit too much. But there's a thin line between genius and insane, and it's called popular opinion. Ignaz Semmelweis discovered that hands, when you washed hands before pregnancy, it drastically reduced the deaths during childbirth. And he died in an insane asylum. God, imagine someone just picking your nose and then helping you deliver your baby. Nikola Tesla, I think he invented alternating current and radio, wireless power. This guy did a lot. But he was overshadowed by Thomas Edison. He founded and he died. Especially in Nikola Tesla's case, when you think about it, It's sad. People get emotional for the guy. He was broke when he died. But you have to realize that when you create something new, something original, you have to you're going to have to be the one that markets it to people. You're going to have to tell them just how great it is. It's up to you. If not, how they know? And Thomas Edison happened to be a very entrepreneurial person, a very charismatic person, very smart when it came to putting his work out there. Unfortunately, Tesla never stood a chance. So very quickly, let's look at the tools and frames in which we show our originality. Let's imagine you have a lot to give, but your originality is the door that is blocking you. You have to make frames and keys by which people can see your work, so that your work is more familiar, so that people can engage with you, whether it be music or art or videos. You have to know the door that stands between you and others. You have to know the packaging that people look at to know if they are interested in you. It can be called branding. You have to know what people are interested in, what makes them to tick, what makes them interested. You have to find the doors that people look at you with. So something like YouTube now, you're using titles, you're using thumbnails, that's how people engage with you. So that's how people see you in the first place. So as I am original, I'm introducing something new. As I have to be the marketer, the entrepreneur, the everything, I have to craft my thumbnail, title, through branding, to be something people can engage with. And you can do that through thumbnail, and you can do that through curiosity, through negativity. You'll be shocked how much people engage with negative over positive things. Through celebrities, using expert opinion, through using a spectacle, through using exceptions to the rule. If you're going to bring something original, you have to be a marketer. You have to be an entrepreneur. You have to make things and understand what people will react to. Unfortunately, people don't know you or care about you, so you have to relate with something that they do know or something they care about. That's why gossip channels do so well. That's why they blow so fast. Because people care about celebrities. They want to know about celebrities. And it's just that fundamental knowledge. What do people care about? What do they want to know about? You can use that as a frame to introduce yourself. So the first key is title and thumbnails, and I mean that through the first thing people see when they see you, through whatever algorithm or whatever system is pushing you. It's very important that that thing is able to get people to engage with you. That's the first step, basically. Number 2 key is you use a persona. In recent years, music artists like Sabrina Carpenter and Chaperone and others have been able to use the power of persona to break into industries. If your art is based on your identity, your personality, then it's important that you build a persona. It's like a caricature, like a cartoon. A simple cliche that people already understand. And it's not throwing away your identity. It's using a persona as a frame through which people can understand who you are. You're just using it as a frame. That's all it is. And you see, people tend to do that by getting things that are consistent. Things that people can understand over time. Like, people use the same hair, same clothes, same sound, same visual. When people see it and understand it, they're more interested in you as a person. You can tell a story more easily. If you push a persona, you're also pushing forward a story, and you know how much people love stories. I mean, someone like Sabrina Carpenter, she has been in the public eye for such a long time, and it's only when she created a kind of persona that people can identify with. That's when her music starts blowing up, because people care about her as a person. They think they know her as a person, and it's all because of this persona that people seem to really like, that seems to really work with her art. They go hand in hand. It's very cohesive. It's very coherent. Number 3 frame you can use. You can use an archetype. What are archetypes? They are building blocks, the basic foundation of basic tropes that we already know. Like a hero's journey. We see this over and over and over again. And it's very effective because it's the truth. It's very true. It's a basic truth of life and something we can all identify with. Archetypes like the orphan, the call to adventure, the mentor, the dragon. Everyone knows it. It's familiar. Familiar is what you're looking for if you're looking for a way to break in at first. You have to disguise yourself so they don't catch you. You need familiar to go under the radar. When people trust that, then you can show your originality. That's how it works. An archetype is clicking, and then you bring in your twist. Like in the Spider-Verse, what is the name of that stuff? Miles Morales is on a hero's journey. That's what that movie is. And it's about faith, also a very common topic in a hero's journey. He isn't chosen by destiny as usual. It's a glitch similar to Wreck-It Ralph. It's a glitch, and the story is very important by that. But people feel that they shouldn't be there, but it's the hero's journey. Such an amazing film. I love it. People get attracted to these stories because it's a familiar archetype. And then you can flip the expectations. That's what really gets them hooked sometimes. And you can bring your story into it. Your genuine story. We're not just twisting for the sake of twisting. You're twisting because you have something to say. And that's your third key, right? Is that your third key? I said titles first, right? We have titles. We have persona. We have archetype. Use a genre. Okay, guys, I'll tell you a funny story. So, I read a lot of books. I like novels, and so I learned a lot of words by reading. I'm not going to tell you the most embarrassing one I've said out loud, but I saw this word, and so I was talking with a family friend, and I was asking him, I was just telling him, oh, I'm interested in like different genres, and so because he's not a kind person, he's actually a wicked person. Yeah, I hope he knows he's a wicked person. He stopped me. He was smiling. He was so happy I made that mistake, and then he said, "It's genre." But also, I guess I should thank him, because if I didn't confirm that from him, I would have introduced this as you break in by using different genres. By using different genres, and like horror, like romance, like sad, like happy, that kind of thing. You can break in by understanding your which age group is this for, and that's focusing your content to a certain age group. And you can use a certain niche to break in. These are things that are popular that you can use to break in. And God, this lights. Exercise time. I have an exercise for you. Tigger, you're not come rounding up. Tigger, come here, baby. We're rounding up. He's not standing up. Anywho, you ask yourself, what is your title? What is your persona? What is your archetype? What is your genre? Your genre, age group that you're targeting. What is your niche? Basically, if you can break it down anyway, that's familiar, different things people use to differentiate yourself, but is a known category, then you should do that, because the more you do that, the more defined you are. Tigger, you're not going to come. The more you can brand, because once you understand this, and you don't just brand, you take these things. God, you have to be very strategic about this, because you don't just take these things. You're a new artist, you're introducing something to the market. If I figure out why do people like the hero's journey, and I can tell myself, is because everyone is alone, and they want to go through an experience, a challenge that will help them to grow as a person, and so they can be more than they are, and they can do something important and finally feel like they belong. If I can understand that, you know how much I can do with that. You can play with things when you understand them. I can say mine is not quite a hero's journey. Let someone like travel somewhere, like delight. All those stories that someone is going back in time and they suddenly belong in a particular world. They didn't really grow. Tigger, come here, baby. Come here, baby. They didn't really grow, but they go to a certain world. Tigger, I have food. It's working. They go to a certain world. Tigger. Oh, come here, Tigger. Oh, all this food. Oh, they go to a certain world where they suddenly belong, where they suddenly fit in, that kind of thing. And so there's a lot you can do once you understand. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm being very difficult right now. Tigger, you will stay here. And so they go to a certain world where they belong, and people love that. People like to belong. And that's what happens when you understand why something works. You can... this light is too much. you can make it your own basically. That's how it works. So that's how you brand. Use these keys to open the door of being original. You guys, you know how the internet is. It's so hard out there. If you don't subscribe, you may never, ever see me again. So subscribe if you want to see me again. And like if you like this video. Comment if you have something to say. Dislike if... Don't dislike. So hey, if your stuff is as special as you think it is, I wish you luck.